You just do this. It looks like both players are live, so we are good to go on that end. Alright, let me do this. Good morning. Good morning, both players. How are we doing? What's going on? What we got going on today? Let me get my water here. This should be a pretty cool match. You know, we got last season's Tier 2 winner facing off against AV, who got, I believe, top 8 in Jonas Cup last year, so both pretty strong players. Yeah, I saw the 19 max. I think I saw the 19 max. Like at the end of the I think I saw like the 29 top up, like the top up screen. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I saw the top out screen. All right. Looks like both players here are just gonna be doing a little bit of warm up. That's fine. That's alright. Not in too much of a rush right now. Pretty decent morning here on this Thursday. It's basically my Friday, so I'm really glad that it's Friday, basically. Yeah, let me get y'all a seed for today. What the fuck? Oh my goodness, I didn't type that. Ignore that. Ignore that. This is, well, those are digits. Those are certainly digits, I'll tell you that. So, yeah, those are 3 digits right there. Nah, just ignore those. This is the seed for today. Both players, make sure you have on your hertz and input displays. I believe I already saw AVs being on. Oh, interesting. You got the Iberia, raw Mesco. 29E3A will be today's seed. Yeah, that's a pretty cool ROM. It's like all red instead of like the blue of Tetris. Tetris Gym. That's a pretty cool thing. Alright, let's get these players ready here for game number 1. Starting them off in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left here we have AvGeek. PV of about like 1.26. It's one of like the highest PVs in the tournament, so you know that's pretty damn high. Got top 8 in Jonas Cup, like I said last year. He's a pretty strong player, obviously. Lost to Onpu 1-3. but also beat Shuichi 3-2 and RXS in a sweep. So currently 2-1 in the division. And on the right, Yelena with the BB of 1.1, winning the tier 2 of last season and placing, I'd say, pretty decent in C2W2 DAS. This year, that was pretty good. Yelena is currently 1-1 in the division, beating Onpu 3-1 and losing to Shuichi 1-3. So let's see what happens here. Both players are probably going to be looking for that second win of the season. 114, 136 here for AV. Still going perfect. Although probably going to need to take a burden there now. 71k here for Yelena. Yelena here looking for a bar and gets double bars here. It's going to lower the stack a bunch. It's going to allow them to be able to dig out this pretty dirty board that they had at the top of the screen. Hello there. Hello there, Hazelnut Milk. What's going on? Good morning. What's going on over there on this Thursday evening, for you at least? Yeah, nothing's basically going on here as well. Uh, you know, I saw this match needed somebody, so I was like, hey, I'll pick this up. Why not? 239 here for AV, 171 for Yelena. A little bit of a funk. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit. Just for many things in general. But, I always try to I always try to look on the bright side, stay optimist, you know, stay like an optimist for things. That's all I can really do, can't really control the other things that are going on in my life. 310 for AV, 220 for Yelena, who's also behind by about 10 lines. AV here having a very clean, efficient 18. He's probably looking for a 600k even going into 19. Yelena probably just looking for around I'd say a mid to high 500. You were gonna take it. All right, it's all right. You know what? These things happen. These things happen. It's all right. It's all good. We are being advertised to by AV. And what is it? It's an Appa plush. I haven't watched Avatar in a bit. I should probably watch that. Again, I haven't watched it in years. 381 for AV, 314 for Yelena. Pretty solid lead here so far for AV, and it's not like Yelena has been playing nice and clean. It's just AV's playing just that much more efficient. Yeah, it's all good though. What do I got going after this? Well, I guess first I'll be, making myself some brunch. Feel me? I took this like 20 minutes after getting up. Both players here approaching the 100 line mark. AV at 496. Very strong pace here so far. Yelena at 408. Doing solid as well. Ooh, double flip of that T there for AV. That was definitely unintentional. It's going to start slowing them down just a little bit. This could allow Yelena to begin to cut into this lead. And yeah, this is turning into a pretty extended dig here for AV. Halfway up the board. It's probably going to want a few favorable pieces to get out of this, especially before transition. We're only about 10 lines away, and yeah, that square there is going to do them in at 508. Yelena, you have a chase down. You need 509 to take game number 1. Was that like a controller misinput? Like what was that? That seemed very random, like a very random double flip there. All controller? Yeah, I thought so. Cause I'm like, yeah, there's no way you just unintentionally double flip. Like double flipping with dash like shouldn't happen. That sounds weird. Yelena here set up for the Tetris. This Tetris will clinch the game. And with that Tetris, Yelena is good for game number 1. GG's. We're going to continue incrementing up to 3A, 3 alpha. You have lag. Let me refresh. Let me just refresh you real quick. I'm not sure if that's on my end or for you. And we'll see. Both players here are good for game number 2. Let's get them going here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, very, very strong 18 there from AV, but just a bit of a double flip there. Ended up just slowing them down and causing the end of their game. Does go to show if they're not doing that, you might need to watch out for them, especially on that 19. We just heard that they got like a 19 max earlier today, so it's definitely warmed up for that 19 once they get there. Yeah, all right. It's all good. Although it looks like so far those controller issues are not showing up. 75k for AV, 69k for Yelena. Loving this setup here for AV. It's very comfortable. Looks like they're just playing from the bed, which I could do that, but like I would have to like lay sideways, which I'm not doing that. Also, my TV is super small, so it would be kind of hard to see the screen. Alright, AV here. We're going to set up a column 8 Tetris. Let's see if they get the bar for it. She's going to take the triple there, burn it down, and is going to get the Tetris. 172 for her, 143 for Yelena. It's only down by about 1 Tetris, but also behind by about 11 lines, so all things considered pace-wise, Yelena may even have the pace lead. I'm not sure why that delay exists. Yeah, see that right there? That's what we call a not worth it vids. Now we gotta set up this column 9 here for AV. Oh my goodness. Let's see if they get the bar for it. It's not gonna get it too quickly. Now it's 2 bar dependencies in the middle of the board. It's going to get 2 bars to burn that down and can now start building a much cleaner column 9. It's gonna get the column 9. 240 for her, 245 for Yelena. Very neck and neck here, although Yelena still behind by about 10 lines. Oh my goodness. Bit of a interesting tuck setup here for AV. It's gonna get all the pieces here to resolve it. Both players here probably looking for around, once again, that mid to high 500 going into transition. AV currently leading the division here with a 2-1, 15 points. Yelena in 4th place currently with a 1-1. You only need a top 4 spot to make it into those playoffs. So both players here looking fairly comfortable so far, although still many games to be had to truly figure out who will make the top four. 336 here for AV, 325, now 348 for Yelena is going to take the lead with that Tetris. Very solid, very calculated 18 here so far for both players. Alright, AV here. Once again, in a little bit of a dig sequence at around this 100 line mark. Now it's a dirty Tetris setup here in column 6. And it's not getting the bar quite that early. It's now really going to want a bar fairly soon here. And it's not getting the bar. It's going to have to start digging up really high. Ooh, can they get out of this? Gonna want a bar for that column 8. Not getting the bar. And AV's going to be done at 393. Yelena, your chase down for this will be 394. 394 is the chase down target. And with that single, you are good for game number 2. GG's. Yeah, it's kind of like a gamble, right? It's like if your mechanics are good, if your mechanics are really good on 19, you're thinking surely I'll be fine on 18, right? All right, that's cool. I'm cool with that. It's only like a few minutes anyway. It's usually a gamble. You're thinking, oh yeah, my 19 is good, so I don't gotta worry about 18 too much. But then sometimes it gets you. Sometimes it sneaks up on you. I always like wager should I do 18 games in warm-ups, and I never do, but maybe I should do like one. Maybe doing like one is the move, just to kind of get a feel for 18. Yeah, GG's, Yelena. So far, it looks like Slow and Steady is winning the race so far. You think it is your internet? Ah, okay. Yeah, cause when I refresh you, I'll give you another refresh just to like be 100% sure. But whenever I refresh you, oh look, no, never mind, you're ready. What the heck? I wonder if it's just like you're live on my end, and then it just starts to like delaying for some reason. It's really strange. Alright, let me do this. Welcome back, Avi. Welcome back in. Sure, go for it. I don't think Avi's in a big rush here. At least not to my knowledge. Yeah, go ahead. Well, it looks like, yeah, Avi's gonna do a little bit of that, a little bit of 18 warm up. That 18.5 warm up. I think Sky did this, and then, like, during her, like, Daster school, and ended up, like, saving up a stack. And she was like, yeah, this is what happens when you actually train up 18.5. It's always seemed, slightly harder to me than, 19.3. Maybe it's just because there's like less space on the board, just less total space. Even if like range wise, it's kind of the same. Maybe even a little bit less on 19. All right. Looks like Yelena is now ready to go. Ooh. So yeah, whenever you're ready, we will begin game number 3. Alright, looks like both players are good for game number 3. Let's get them going here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So the story of this match so far has been very solid 18 from both players, but right at around that 100 line mark, maybe seems to begin to start faltering just slightly a little bit. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh, let me refresh. Refresh Yelena. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Alright. And that has allowed, anyways, yeah, that slight faltering has allowed Yelena to take a quick 2-0 lead. So over here, looking to start mounting the seeds of a reverse sweep. We shall see what ends up happening here. Still no 19 jet, so it remains to be seen what'll happen there. I know AV has the much higher 19 PB, so probably a fair bit more depth on the 19 speeds once both players actually get there. 138 here for AV, 33 here for Yelena. It's also behind by about 10 lines. Solid starts so far for both players. Looks like only like 3 burns for AV. That's what we like to see. It's gonna get a nice triple to resolve that board dependency in the columns 3 and 4. And a good Tetris. 213 for AV, 81k for Yelena. Even with the line discrepancy, I would say AV still has the pace lead. Really looking forward to this year's Jonas Cup, which is our, North American CTWCS. Kind of just wondering who's all gonna go. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like less players are going this year than like last year. Ooh, hang on that square there. Maybe was not able to get that square all the way to columns 1 and 2. It's going to start a little bit of a dig here for her. 285 for EV, 198 for Yelena. And now AV here has a dirty column 5 setup and is going to get the bar and the Tetris. Cleans that up very nicely. But yeah, it seems like less players are going this year, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, obviously, whenever there's like a first of anything, everybody tries to go because everybody wants to be in a first of something. But it'd be cool to have like similar players going, maybe some new players. It'd be cool to see like Tommy go out. No one's ever seen him at a live event. I don't know. That'd be cool. 381 for AV, 293 for Yelena. Still behind by about 15 lines, give or take. So pace-wise, actually no, pace-wise, I believe both players are fairly tied. Both players are probably looking for around a 600 going into 19. And AV especially, as she Tetrises into 451 at 94 lines. 362 for Yelena. Very solid 18 here from both players. Hopefully we'll see some solid 19 play as well. Excuse me. And yeah, looks like both players are starting to approach that transition here. AV only 17 lines away, although she is at 544. Once again, still looking for that 600. It's probably going to be able to get it fairly easily. Yelena here at 437. She's now approaching that 100 line mark at 442. Even with the line discrepancy, AV here still ahead by about 130k points. Very healthy games here. And AV here setting up that J vertical Vits. It's gonna get the bar for the Vits and the Tetris. 616 for her, 511 for Yelena. And yeah, AV's just gonna burn into transition here. Although several misdrops already going immediately into transition. It's gonna want a bar, gets a bar very quickly, and can now begin to start taking this board down. 643 for her, 538 for Yelena, who also has a Shadow T at the bottom of her board. Only 6 lines before she approaches transition. And yeah, Yelena's going to burn into transition here at 548, so a little bit below what AV got, but goes into transition with a much cleaner board. It's going to allow her to begin Tetrising a lot quicker. Nice delayed double of those S's for AV. It's probably going to look for a bar here, gets the bar for a nice triple. And it's just tripling out this board, taking it nice and safe. 678 for her, 580 for Yelena. Yelena down by about 100k, but also behind by about 2 levels. Still has plenty of time to catch up this deficit. Looks like they did not. Looks like she did not have enough DAS to get that square all the way to the left. Wanting a bar, and it's gonna want it now. Waiting for the bar, is not gonna get the bar, and AV's going to be done at 683. Yelena, the chase down for you will be 684. 684 is your chase down. Yeah, that was a little strange. Ooh, dirty call up 4 here for Yelena. Really wanting this bar. It's going to want it soon. And it's also not getting the bar. It's going to top out at 649. So AV here, a little bit of life. A little bit of life gained here. Going to take game number 3. Yeah, maybe a little bit too risky. Both players here just dying to that same drought in 22. Quite unfortunate there. Oops. Whoops, refreshed the wrong player. Yeah, went a little risky. It looked safe. It looked safe, but then it wasn't. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It doesn't matter. Everybody has those times where you just try. Right. It's all good. Yeah, the same drought got y'all both in. But AV was able to take that pace lead that they had at the beginning of the game and take advantage. Both players here are good for game number 4. Let's get them ready here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. So we were able to witness some 19 play here from both players. It appears that was a little bit of a rough start for both players as well. Joe ended up doing them in both. We'll see if that's better here. Yeah, I'm not sure what causes this delay on Yelena's side. It's always when the game starts for some reason. It's really strange. Not sure what that's about, but it's alright. She's gonna start here. Only about, like 10 lines behind, so it's alright. Unfavorable C and S there for AV is going to result in a few burns on the top of the board. $77K for her, $27K for Yelena. Oh my goodness. And yeah, now just probably wanting a bar to get out of this. Oh, Yelena also in her own dig sequence here. It's gonna get a nice bar for that bar dependency in column 7. And should be able to get out of this fairly soon. Meanwhile, it looks like AV is just building on top of row number 2 here. And she's at 116. 61K for Yelena. It's only behind by about 3 Tetrishes. And also behind by about 10 lines. Nice column 3 setup here for AV. Will she get the bar? Or will she have to burn? She's going to have to burn just a little bit. But it's going to get the bar there. And the Tetris. 147 for her. 91K for Yelena, who had a little bit of a spire at the top of the board, but was able to get a Tetris to clear it down and is now fairly safe on the board. Just wanting an L for that column 3. Gonna just plug it with the bar instead. Now just waiting on another bar. Ooh, misshifted that S in the center of the board. Several misdrops now. Wanting a bar, he's gonna want it soon. Gets a bar, gets a Tetris, and can now start to address the many misdrops on her board. That was pretty scary. 131 for Yelena, 218 for AV. Hello there, Sky. Good morning. How's your morning going? AV here with the dirty column 8 setup. Still waiting for the bar. It's gonna get the bar and the Tetris. Yeah, it looks like the game has been too friendly for both players. Both players are probably just looking for around that 400, mid to high 400 going into transition. Thank you, Sky. Those are very nice words. I hope you're having a good morning and a good day. 145 for Yelena, 282 for AV. AV ahead by about 140k points. Even despite being ahead by about 14 lines, that does not really explain the score differential. Now Yelena here probably just looking for around a mid to high 300 going into 19. That dig that they got into middle of the game really spelled disaster for their game. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good morning. You know, I saw these these two players needed somebody, and I was like, hey, I'll take it. And why not? I'll take this. I know both these players. I know, maybe I know one of them a little bit better than the other, but I still know both these players. So why not? AV here, about to approach transition, only 14 lines away at 380, whereas Yelena on the right, 286, down by about 100k, so cutting into that lead slightly, little by little cutting into that lead. Only 3 lines away for AV. And she's just going to burn into transition here at 411. And, yeah, pretty suffer 18 here for both players. But now we're in the 19 stages, so let's see how the game treats them in post. Yelena still has 10 lines to go before transition. Maybe here at 442, Yelena at 378. Fairly clean boards for both players. Gets a nice J all the way to that left. It's now just waiting out this bar. Does AV. And Yelena's actually going to transition at 404. Pretty similar transition. Nice quick tap of that S. Ooh, several misdrops here for Yelena. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get out of this. It's a very dangerous board. Now misdrops for AV as well, but looks like this board's just a little bit too high for Yelena. Yelena's going to top out at 408. AV at 489. You are good for game number 4. GG's. Yeah, that was a pretty gritty game. Pretty gritty game for both of you. But I mean, those gritty games are, to me at least, those are always the most interesting because it's like, what can they get? What can those players really get out of this? Even with the game, server them, not the friendliest pieces or the friendliest boards to deal with, but what can you get out of this? Really shows the mark of a true master of the playstyle. Alright, I'm gonna refresh Yelena once again. Oh, she's ready. Both players are good for game number 5. Let's get them going here in this decider. AV has taken the last 2 games to bring it to a decider. Let's see who takes it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm gonna give Yelena one last refresh. That has to be on my side. Or I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. What you got going today, Sky? On this nice Thursday. Alright, AV here. Dirty column 8. And just a mountain of square pieces just messing up their board. Very high stack here on the left side. Has plenty of burn setups here. Nice Z double there. Really like that burn sequence there from AV. Yeah, playing up fairly high. Hello there. Once again, hazelnuts, milk. I hope your little bit of a break from here went alright. Scheduling for this tournament is hard. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But hey, the players are here, and the players do like playing. And that's all that really matters for us, right? At the end of the day. 114 here for AV, 52k for Yelena. Still behind by about 20 lines. Interesting. Okay. Not too sure about tier 3, but I know tier 3 for the most part is basically done. Like there's only like 6 matches or something left there. It's been going fairly nice. 187 here for AV, 64k for Yelena. A little bit of a rocky start. Nice center world Tetris there for Yelena. It's going to really get things done. And now setting up once again, maybe? Nah, just gonna take the triple there. Meanwhile, on the left, AV, pretty dirty board, but is getting some very nice pieces to get out of this very cleanly, and it's gonna get the Tetris. 218 for her, 117 for Yelena, even despite being down by 20 lines, is still behind by about 100k. Oh, T3 has 7 left? Okay. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'd just be, I would try and, I'm gonna probably just try and focus on tier 2, because tier 3 seems to be kind of resolving itself, for the most part. At least 3B anyway. $271 for AV, 171 for Yelena. Both players here probably looking for around that 500 going into 19 here. Looks like a much better game is going so far. The game's treating the players just a little bit nicer this time around. You have your gritty games, and then you have your great games. And so far, looks like it's somewhere in the middle. Yeah, as long as those matches finish, then we don't really have too much to worry about. 329 here for AV, who has now approached the 100 line mark. She's ahead by about 90k of Yelena, who currently has 235 here and is in a dig about halfway up the board. I actually like that flat L there in the middle of the board. Really just kept the holes all kind of on the same column and was able to get out of it fairly efficiently. Nice work there from Yelena. AV here just working on this row 2. Still waiting for a bar. He's gonna get the bar finally. 365 for her, 288 for Yelena. Still behind by about that 10 lines. Is actually behind by about 50k here, so pace wise, I believe Yelena actually has the pace lead now. And yeah, it looks like AV's just going to transition here at 416 with a burn of that square. Seems 19 has been treating them slightly better than Yelena, so remains to be seen what happens here. Yelena's still 20 lines before transition at 324. A little bit of a dig here for AV. Shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Ooh, now Yelena here. It's probably going to want a bar fairly soon. Both players here with a pretty dirty board. Although AV a little bit worse for wear. It's going to get a nice T all the way to that left. And the T-spin. Very lovely T-spin. That cleaned up the board a lot. And now just wants a bar for this column 8. Just going to plug it with a couple of different pieces instead. 438 for her, 356. Now 364 for Yelena, so transitioning a little bit lower than AV, just slightly. And also transitioning with the fairly rocky board to begin. And yeah, it looks like AV's finally clean and start to begin scoring on the post-transition. Now waiting for a bar. Taking its sweet little time. It's going to cover the well. See if they get out of this. Alright, gets out of that burn sequence here. It's going to take a nice safety triple. Still waiting out this bar. It's going to get the bar on the Tetris. 494 AV, 386 for Yelena. Yelena down by about 100k, but also 3 levels behind. An entire 3 levels behind. So still plenty of time for her to try and make up this deficit. Gets a bar all the way to that left. Gonna be a few burns costed for Yelena. Nothing that they can't really not handle. 556 for AV, 398 for Yelena, and it's going to cover the well. Now up pretty high on the board. It's gonna want a quick tap of that piece all the way to the left. Doesn't go for the quick tap. Oh no. And it's just going for flat burns and is not gonna be able to get anything. Yelena is done at 402. AV at 606. You are good for game number 5 and the set. GG's. Let's see how this affects the table. Let's see how this affects the table here. So yeah, AV here, 3-1 so far, and Yelena 1-2. But yeah, AV's squarely in the lead of this tournament so far. Although Tugi and Gunther have yet to play a match, so it remains to be seen if that will stay. Yelena currently in 3rd place. Natural top out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the lag was kind of tough. I can't. Nah, I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what the problem was with that. Um. Yeah, that was. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there. I couldn't really like, even like as much time as I would try and refresh it, it would just stay delayed. What a slog. Yeah. Very gritty set. Very grimy, gritty set. But just goes to show the winner of this is truly shows the mastery of the DAS playstyle. Alright, let's see who's alive right now. Let's see. No one corporate, no one corporate, no one corporate. Let's do, we're gonna raid, we'll do Adam Irish. He's not corporate, but he's like white collar. He's white collar, you know. So we gotta keep an eye on him. We gotta keep an eye on him. We gotta keep an eye on him. But it's alright. Yeah, he's middle management. He's middle management, you know. So we're gonna raid him just to we need to keep an eye on him. We need to keep an eye on him. Cause I'm on to him. I ain't gonna lie. I'm on to them. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the set here. This was a pretty nice set, I'd say. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good morning, afternoon, night. Although to me, it's always morning, so y'all have a good morning. Good boy. What's good? What's good?